Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another Wild Rift video. Today I'll be giving you an updated tier list on every single role in the game. So much has changed yet again. You know, we got all these reworks, all these changes to items, all these so many new things, and I just have a lot to tell you guys. So I'm giving you guys another tier list. Timestamps are in the description to just go to the tier list if you don't want to watch the whole thing. I'm going to keep it short. I don't want to make my tier list videos super long anymore. So let's immediately get into it. First things first, we got the Baron lane. Something actually that's very interesting that I very quickly want to talk about is I want to get good at chess. As you can see, I had a bit of a dip in elo in chess, and here is where I decided, okay, you know, I don't want to play for fun anymore. I actually want to get good. So I watched like a couple of YouTube guides on chess openings and whatever. And as you can see, the last couple of days, I've been ranking up, and I have a bit of a goal to reach like, I don't know, 1000 rank in chess, maybe higher. If there's any person watching this video that maybe wants to guide me to get me better at chess, you know, hang out with me in voice, just to sort of, I don't know, get better at chess, reach out to me. You know, I do want that person to be like high rating. So hopefully, you know, above like 1800, 1900 rating on chess.com. I think that's adequate enough to be able to teach me. And yeah, just have fun with me. So if you know, if you're interested in chess, you like me, I guess, you know, send me a message if you want to help me out get better at chess. Let's see how good I can get, because this is the first time that I actually want to learn that game. So sorry, a lot of people don't care about that, but I'm I like playing chess, and I really suggest you to start playing chess as well. It's just great. It's a lot better than doom scrolling on Instagram or something like that. So about the Baron lane, I've played a lot of Baron lane, and I noticed the single strongest Baron laner in the game is Rumble for me. So the thing about Rumble is he hard counters a lot of champions, and then even if he doesn't, he's just always okay. He never loses lane hard. The thing about Rumble is he just keeps getting shields. His lane matchups, he's always strong. His team fighting, while he may not be the tankiest top laner in the game, he for sure will do so much damage with his ultimate, and he can just run down ADCs as well. He's disgusting. He's disgustingly powerful. Like, he wins lane against almost everyone, you know, against tanks. The only thing he actually loses against is stuff like Fiora, potentially a Nard, you know, someone like maybe even Nasus could beat him, stuff like that. But even like, he hard counters Teemo. He can run you down when you're playing Teemo because he gets a lot of movement speed, shields, third ability slows the enemy. Like, there's just so little counter to him. Darius is just all around good. Darius is always good, so that's why he's up here. While Darius may not always be the best pick, Darius is always a safe pick. So that's why I've put him up very high in the list. Aatrox, I noticed, is extremely powerful as well. The only thing you need as an Aatrox is just don't die early game. Try to get a bit of a lead early game, just a little bit, you know. Ideally, of course, have your jungler gank you, but even if it doesn't happen, you should be okay in lane. You just heal a lot naturally because of your passive. And then, you know, when he gets fat, he can run down the game. Volibear, surprisingly strong in top lane. He's not even supposed to be a top lane. He's supposed to be sort of a jungler, but he's extremely strong in the top lane. He just has so much sustain. You can't avoid his damage because his passive will damage you with the lightning through the minion wave. It's just disgusting. The only thing that can be exploited against Volibear, let me tell you some advanced tactic in this tier list video. His lightning will constantly give you grasp of the undying stacks. So if you're playing someone like Fiora, every time you know he hits with the lightning, you're gonna allow the grasp to stack, and then when you have it, boom, you're gonna jump on him, get a free stack of grasp of the undying, and just, you know, keep going. You're gonna stack a lot of HP and you're gonna outtrade him. That's the only thing you gotta be careful of when you play volley, but you're only gonna notice that at like challenger rank. No one really abuses that mechanic. Garen, I'm talking about reworked Garen. I'm already assuming reworked Garen is just gonna be extremely powerful because Garen is already extremely strong. I cannot imagine how broken Garen is going to be with the additional armor penetration he's going to get from his third ability. Disgusting. Like, disgusting. However, his third ability is going to do a little bit less damage since it's not going to crit anymore. But the total equation, he's going to be stronger. He's just going to be more supportive. Full AD Garen slightly nerfed, but like in a supportive way to his team, he's going to be a lot stronger. Sett got buffed, and you feel the buff. Even if you fall behind in lane with Sett, he is still extremely powerful in teamfights. Yone, I feel like Yone has become so strong with the changes to the crit. Every time I play Yone, it is just so powerful. In the top lane as well, Yone can counter bruisers because he can go Blade of the Rune King, Divine Sunderer, and no bruiser is gonna beat him. Because as a Yone, you can use your third ability to jump on the enemy, do trade with them, and whenever the trade starts to get bad for you, you're just gonna go back. It's so good against these bruisers, since these bruisers are often not as mobile to be able to chase him all the way down. Jax, I'm also talking about reworked Jax here. If we're talking about Jax currently, he's going to be sitting somewhere here. But I am already assuming that reworked Jax is going to be sitting on like the mid-bottom tier of the S+ tier. Reason being, he can jump to wards. So like high elo Jax is already going to be a lot stronger. But the main reason for me is that his third ability will block everything that has on-hit effect. So think about Fizz's like Fizz first, second ability combo. Think about Fiora's first ability. Think about Ezreal's first ability. Think about Viego's whole ass ultimate is gonna get blocked, guys. The whole ultimate of Viego is gonna get blocked. Anything that applies on-hit effects, if it's an ability or anything, it gets blocked by Jax's third ability. Like, it's pretty much the hardest counter to Viego if you really think about it, because he's like the king of on-hit, right? Ornn is just a safe top laner, he's always strong. Mordekaiser, nerf after nerf after nerf, still giga broken. Sion, very much powerful as well. But Sion does struggle in lane against, Volibear, Rumble, perhaps even a Darius. Against Aatrox as well, he really struggles against Aatrox, never pick Sion into Aatrox. And Sett with the buff as well, and Yone hard counters Sion too. So the thing about Sion is, while he is an extremely strong champion, currently all of his counters are in the meta. That is just his problem. All of his counters are just very powerful right now. He can't really deal with them, especially these top 4 champions. They just counter him so hard. Next up, I'm not going to talk about every champion. I'm just going to talk about the interesting ones because I want to keep this video shorter than normal. Teemo with Malignant's Vandal Fantasy. Disgusting. While he's not gonna be as oppressive in lane, because that's not what this build is for. If you want to be oppressive in lane, you can go Electrocute and Nashor's Tooth and whatever and stuff like that. But this build is quite literally like nuking them with your ult. It is ridiculous how much damage you're gonna do with your ult. You need anti-shield, you get anti-shield. You need anti-heal, you get anti-heal. But basically, you're gonna go Malignant's Vandal Fantasy and Rabadon's Death Cap. I haven't made a video on this yet. I just realized. Oh my god. I'm slacking. What is going on? I haven't made a Teemo video yet. Wow, I cannot believe that. I got an 11 win streak on Teemo, guys. You know what? If this tier list reaches, let's say 700 likes, I'll bring you guys a Teemo video within like 3 days. You can give me 3 days and I'll give you guys a Teemo video. Otherwise, I'll just bring it out somewhere next week or something. Camille is just always safe. Wukong is always okay. Fiora is, fine. Yasuo, the buffed Yasuo with the changes to the crit, is very powerful. Gnar got nerf after nerf after nerf, especially mini Gnar just keeps getting nerfed, but he is still strong. He's still okay. Riven, fine. It's okay. Olaf got buffed, but he's still a little bit lackluster. Lackluster, like, mind you, S tier still means good, but like, still not amazing or anything. Kill, pick it in the right game, and a Kill is gonna be disgustingly strong. Kill actually beats Rumble, which is hilarious. Because Kill can maintain a distance, and Kill is faster than Rumble, so Kill is a good pick into someone like Rumble. Nasus with the nerfs, unfortunately not in the S+ tier anymore. Nasus is comfortably sitting in the S tier, but not S+ tier anymore. You're not gonna be able to get 1,000 stacks easily anymore. Renekton is okay. Warwick top is surprisingly strong. The only thing I noticed about Warwick top is that it's extremely difficult to convert into a victory. He's not quite a hard carry. He's more like a ganker. So he's really strong in lane. Don't get me wrong, he beats a lot of matchups in lane, but he just can't convert like Darius or Aatrox or Volibear. These champions, they convert games. They can carry hard. Warwick doesn't quite do that. You may be thinking, like, how could I say that? When I play against the jungle Warwick, he's just on my ass all the time. That's jungle Warwick. He can gank. In top lane, he's not quite able to gank as much. So even when he gets very ahead, He is not, this champion is not built to carry team fights late game. He's a 1v1 champion. He's a wolf. He likes to catch you alone, right? Like he likes to catch you alone. He doesn't dive into 5 people. That he's just not as good at that. And besides that, you know, everything else is just fine. Nocturne, the newly released champion. Don't really play him in top lane. You can play him with Grasp or Conqueror, but it's just, you can even play him tank, but it's just really not as good. So before talking about the jungle tier list, I want to talk about this for 30 seconds real quick. Player versus fitness. I haven't talked about this for months, but we're still very much going strong. You know, for all the new viewers, I've done this transformation. Went from very skinny to not as skinny anymore, and still going strong. We've coached hundreds of people now. You know, we co-founded this last year together with Tarek Langley, which is this guy, by the way. If you want to get fit, you know, whether it's losing weight, gaining weight, as you can see, we've done it with many people before. Many people losing weight left and right, gaining weight, even videos telling on Instagram how it's going. This is one of our better transformations. I mean, minus 40 pounds. Fill in the link in the description. It's very easy to find. Just fill in the Play First Fitness link. I'll send you an email to plan a meeting with me. This is all free, the meeting and everything. And during the meeting, I'll explain to you exactly how it's going to work, how we're going to coach you to get more fit. So yeah, if you're interested in that, just fill in the link below. Any questions you have about that, write it in a YouTube comment or send me a message. Just reach out to me. Summer is coming. If you want to get that summer body, now is the time. And I assure you, with a coach, you're going to do it a lot faster and a lot more efficient. I've been going to the gym for like 7 years, and I wasn't able to properly transform my body until I actually got expert coaching, which is now the person that I'm working with to coach you guys as well. So about the jungle, there's not that many people, not that many champions in the broken tier in my tier list. However, Amumu still stays there. Amumu still does, and I don't understand how Amumu is not pick or ban every game. He's so strong. He's so strong, and he doesn't get nerfed or anything like that. He's just so damn powerful. You can always pick him. He's always good. If you need magic resist, you buy magic resist. If you need armor, you buy armor. He works with everything. Wukong, almost broken tier, but he got nerfed recently, and that brought him down from broken to top S+ tier. Vi, in my eyes, Vi is one of the strongest junglers in the game. Every time I pick her, I just destroy the enemies. So I absolutely run them down, and she got buffed. She's even stronger now. And my neck is hurting me. Ooh. Yeah, so Vi, super powerful at diving backlines. Kha'Zix, surprisingly strong. You never see Kha'Zix, but this cockroach is so disgustingly powerful in the right draft. Kha'Zix is one of the only champions like in the top tiers here that is very much draft reliant. Honestly, all of this, you can pretty much always pick it. All of them, except for Kha'Zix. You can't play Bruiser Kha'Zix. You gotta go full damage Kha'Zix. Xin Zhao with the buff, very powerful. He's a lot more oppressive in the early game. And it's just very strong. He's a lot more oppressive, and he skills harder as well. Lee Sin, you know, in the right hands, absolutely destroys the enemy. You gotta be good at this champion though, but still extremely powerful. Morgana, complete opposite, a lot safer to play, and skills to the late game, and just does so much damage with her pools of death. That second ability in the late game, when you got that Liandry's and perhaps a Rhyla Scepter, whew, it is so disgusting, and especially in combination with the Baron. If you're pushing with the Baron, or if you're defending against the Baron, she has one of the best defending and pushing ability in the game. Next up we got Zed, and there's this secret little build going around which I'm working on a video for. I'll show you guys very soon. But even normal Zed is very good. Hecarim, always a good pick. In Legendary Q, high elo is one of the best junglers in the game. Rammus has fallen off a little bit. I don't quite know why, if I'm being real honest with you. My guess is that people have kind of figured out how he works, and they're being a lot more cautious of him. I think that's honestly what's happening right here. In combination with like counters being very strong, like Rumble for example. Volibear jungle, very powerful, super fast clear. Whenever he gets level 5, it's like the easiest kills early game. Red Cane jungle has fallen off a little bit. I would always put him like top S+ tier. He feels slightly weaker right now, but still very much powerful. Warwick jungle is a lot stronger than top lane. because of his ability to gank left and right. If you are a good Warwick, actually, if you are a good Rammus player, you should definitely pick up Warwick. Same thing the other way around, because these champions have the exact same playstyle early game, pretty much. Rammus being a more supportive ganker, but Warwick actually does the damage. But basically, both of them have to run around, be fast, and just gank lanes left and right. It's the playstyle of both champions. Nocturne, the newly introduced champion, is not broken. He's just strong. He's very strong. His ultimate especially, like near-sighting enemies for 6 seconds and then being able to dive on whoever you want. Woo! Very, very powerful. The thing about Nocturne is though, it's very important to block the right hostile ability with your spell shield. This ability is like a Crown of the Shattered Queen. You have it for free. You're always gonna proc it because like it will always block something, but it's important you block something good, like block major CC or big damage ability, something like that. Don't just randomly use it. I only suggest you to play Nocturne if you are the type of player that can actually react to the enemy using an important ability, because you have to block it. If you do that, that's what makes Nocturne strong. If you're just, you know, like a dumbass player that dives in, spams their buttons and whatever, don't pick up Nocturne, just play Amumu or something. You know, it's a lot easier to play something like that. Lilia is okay. Any interesting ones? Evelyn. Evelyn with the buff is back in business, baby. She is absolutely back in business. She's not broken. She's not broken. I honestly thought she would be stronger than she is right now, because her first ability has 10% more scaling right now. That's a lot more than you think. It went from 40% to 50%, which is a 12.5%. Sorry, 20. Wait, my math ain't mathing. 25% increase in AP scaling. That's a lot. That's a lot, right? Like that is an insane amount. Masty is okay. Kill jungle, good until you reach like super high elo, unless you're able to communicate properly with your teammates in super high elo to have them help you in the jungle. Kill is going to be very weak, but otherwise she's very powerful. So any other interesting picks? Nyla jungle, surprisingly strong. Just farm up, carry the game. Jax jungle, same story, farm up, carry the game. Talon is also surprisingly okay. Ambessa is very high skill, but like not as high reward. And I just realized I don't see Riven, and I would classify Riven as like a bit better than Ambessa, not better than Talon. Talon, I do see Talon is stronger, but Ambessa and Riven are sort of similar. They have a very similar playstyle, similar difficulty level, but then Riven slightly stronger, just ever so slightly. Anything interesting to talk about still? These picks, they're not viable. You don't really want to pick them. They're just not. Like Kindred in high elo will work, but yeah, perhaps I should put Kindred here because she does work. She shouldn't be below 8 here. Next up, we move to the mid lane, and this one I've revised a lot as well. It changed up a lot from before. Nothing in the broken tier. I finally brought up Khazadin as the best champion. I just feel like Khazadin is the most reliable champion right now to carry the game, especially with like Bandle Fantasy and Malignance being buffed. Because number one, Malignance is extremely good on Khazadin, not even because of the damage, but because of the ultimate cooldown that it gives. But number two, Bandle Fantasy is gonna induce more mage players, right? Like it's gonna make people play more mages because they want to try these items, right? And of course, you as a Khazadin, you want to play against those backline mages, right? You want to play against them. And then besides that, he's already extremely strong. It's not even that. He is already extremely strong. Next up is Orianna, a champion that doesn't get picked enough, in my opinion. All-round champion, always good. You can play Burst Orianna, you can play late game, Conqueror Orianna, stuff like that. Everything works with her. You can first pick her in draft, you're never gonna go wrong. Veigar is similar in my eyes. The only weakness of Veigar is he can be weak against very mobile or fast enemies. If the enemy is extremely fast, it's gonna be difficult to catch them in a cage. Or if they're like super high range, it can be a little bit difficult too. But like if you are a good Veigar, absolutely you can 1v9 with this champion so hard. Ryze got nerfed, but he's still strong enough to be high up in the S+ tier. He's still very, very strong. Morgana mid, same story as the jungle, just a safe pick, always good. Ari is surprisingly strong with Malignance. When she ults in, the Malignance, or sorry, she ults in and she charms the enemy, the Malignance is gonna keep burning the enemy. It is so good, but you have to hit that charm. And it, of course, the ultimate cooldown reduction is amazing as well. It's a bit different from the Awakened Soul Stealer because Malignance does more damage, more burst damage immediately. And Ari is all about that burst damage. She doesn't want to have like overtime cooldown reduction. She wants to instantly burst down the enemy. That's the idea. Swain mid lane, highly suggest picking him into a melee matchup. Don't pick him into a ranged matchup because otherwise it's going to be difficult to land your third ability. Ziggs mid lane, he does so much damage, so much damage, and he never gets picked. That's the crazy part about it. He never gets picked, but he's one of the strongest mid laners in the game. Aurelian Soul, pick him into bruisers and tanks. He will shred them down. He's going to skill into the late game and he's going to slice like a hot knife through butter. Butter being the tanks. Yone mid lane, very good. He will work against ranged matchups. He will work against melee matchups. He will work against everything. Syndra, always a safe pick, nice. Yasuo is also good, but you gotta be really good at Yasuo to make him work. Galio, counter any mage assassin in lane with Galio, and it's always gonna be good. Or pick him if you have a very good diver in your team, like Camille, Hecarim, stuff like that, because when they dive in, you can ult them as a Galio. If you don't have a good diver, never pick Galio. Zed mid lane, very powerful. Akali is great. Brand is really good against melee matchups and whatnot. Vex mid lane, Vex got buffed. I played Vex 2 times. One time I got like 20 kills. That was Vex support, by the way, no joke. And one time I got like 11 kills and 0 deaths in the mid lane. The reason why Vex is so strong is people just don't see it coming. People will disrespect you. I really notice this with some champions where people will just completely disrespect you because they don't think the champion is strong. They kind of forget that with the right player, almost every champion is going to be strong. So I notice with Vex, people heavily underestimate her. So these couple of weeks, you can abuse the hell out of this champion and just have people underestimate you. Make games easier for you. AP Misfortune, you know, is actually really good. I don't think I've made a video on that either. I have made a video on it on the HellsDevil Plus channel, but not on the main channel. Vladimir is the disgusting Vladimir pick, whatever. Lissandra mid is good. And anything else interesting talking about? Victor is surprisingly weak, by the way. I don't suggest picking Victor anymore. With the nerfs, he kept getting nerfed and nerfed. He used to be too strong, but now he's slightly, I wouldn't say too weak. I would say like a little bit below balance. You know, the balance being like the exact middle of A tier. Perhaps a little bit below balance. On to the Dragon lane. And this one is going to be very quick because I don't have many champions here. We have Varus in the broken tier. Varus is just almost beyond broken, honestly. You can go Lethality Varus, which is like Essence Reaver, Duskblade, Edge of Night, Serpent Fang, all of that stuff. Or you can go for like a mixed AP Varus, where you go for Essence Reaver. You go Fleet Footwork with this build, by the way. Essence Reaver, Trinity Force, Riftmaker, Awakened Soul Stealer, that kind of stuff. This build will shred the enemy, whether it's tanks or backlines or anything really. Varus doesn't struggle with taking down anyone. And you can't even really dive him because he is gonna outdamage most champions because his blight stacks, when he procs them with his first ability, it reduces the cooldown by 4 seconds and he will do so much damage based on your maximum HP, by the way. Doesn't even matter how much HP you have. It is truly disgusting, what can I say? Kai'Sa, still one of the most reliable ADCs in the game. She's not as strong early mid game as before, but her late game, you know, when you get that Runan's Hurricane and everything set up, she's still a machine. Especially in combination with a support that goes Ardent Sensor. Absolute machine of an ADC. Next up is Ezreal. Since the buff to his first ability, you guys remember that 10% AD scaling buff to his first ability? He has been a dominant force in the ADC role. Ezreal has always been good, but he's just extremely strong right now. You can always pick him. He actually only has one weakness, which is a lot of healing. If the enemy has a lot of healing, it sucks for Ezreal, so don't pick him into Soraka unless, there is an unless, you have like an Alistar support, because then you can just dive to Soraka and one-shot her, so that is playable. Senna ADC, so picking Senna as like a fasting Senna, I guess you could say. with like a Gragas or Galio or Sion or Nasus or whatever, it's very strong. You just go full AD Senna, full damage, and if you know how to play Senna properly, she can dominate lanes. She can dominate lanes, and she does a lot of damage late game as well. Veigar, I mean, Veigar is just so broken, in my opinion, that even in the bot lane, he just dominates the lane. Every time I pick him in the bot lane, I just destroy the enemy. It is truly unfair how broken this champion is. Corki has fallen off a little bit, I would say, but he's still very much powerful due to his true damage. But he has fallen off a little bit. He's not S+ tier anymore. Jhin, you know, Jhin is fine. Jhin is okay. The thing about Jhin is just he does so much damage with that fourth shot, and if you get ahead, he will do incredible amounts of damage. The only weakness of Jhin is if you fall behind, he's useless. He's actually useless when you fall behind. Miss Fortune is surprisingly strong. I never thought Miss Fortune would be like S tier or anything, but like AD Miss Fortune is extremely powerful. She's very oppressive in lane. You just have to land your first ability once on the enemy and you've pretty much won the lane. It's very difficult to land, but if you land it once, it's already like you won lane. And her ultimate, of course, is very, very powerful as well. I don't even need to really talk about that. Ooh, man, my neck is real bad today. What the hell? Xayah, the thing about Xayah is I never see her being played for some reason. She's very strong, but I mean, okay, let's be honest, maybe she's not this strong. Maybe she should belong like here. She's never played anymore, and I don't like playing Xayah. Xayah is actually one of the only ADCs I never play. Not because I can't play her, I can definitely play her, but I just find her so boring. Maybe it's just me, but I think Xayah is one of the most boring champions to play in the game. But she's okay. She's like fine. You mainly want to pick her into diving champions, so like against a Pyke or something. She's very good against that type of stuff. Zeri again, aka Michael Jackson, because she looks like Michael Jackson. You will never unsee it. She's good. She's good. She's great. I would say she's especially good against champions that are not that mobile, because then she can escape from them with her third ability through the wall. It's very good against that. But also, you mainly want to pick her if the enemy has a lot of shield. So if the enemy picks Karma, pick Zeri. If the enemy picks Rumble, pick Zeri. If the enemy picks Set, pick Zeri. If the enemy picks, you know, any type of champion that has a lot of shielding, pick Zeri, because she's just going to steal it. She's literally just going to steal the shield. Ziggs bot lane is also very, very powerful, especially against like two ranged matchups. If you're against like a Caitlyn Karma, pick Ziggs and just dominate them. You will do more damage from a big range. Vayne, on the other hand, is short range, and you of course want to pick her into tanks, and she will just do her job against the tanks. She will 1v1 anyone. Just make sure you don't lose lane too hard. Someone I want to talk about, by the way, is Kalista. Never, ever, ever, ever pick Kalista, guys. I should probably make like a special tier just for Kalista because of how unbelievably trash this champion is. I tried playing her, disgustingly weak. Disgustingly weak. It's like not even playable. It's truly, and I'm saying this truly, not even playable. Disgusting. Next up is a support role. These guys don't need an introduction. Ban Yuumi, ban Lulu, ban Milio. Maybe Milio is here actually, because I feel like I have beaten Milio players quite often. Yeah. I've decided like Yuumi, Lulu, just, you know, I don't even talk about them because we all know. Milio is very strong as well. Janna is great. Nautilus is surprisingly strong, by the way, guys. Nautilus. However, it's a bit of a hit or miss. Nautilus is extremely difficult to play, but if you do play him well, very tanky. The amount of CC is ridiculous. He doesn't really care much about clans either, because he has so much CC that even through the clans, he's going to be able to stun you. Karma, great for poking, great for bullying the enemy early game and just winning lane. Sona, great for scaling into the late game, being able to bully the enemy. They reworked Sona where it's going to be easier to play now. You know, your stun is only going to hit on enemy champions now, not on minions anymore. So it's just a lot easier to play. And they didn't nerf her or anything, so she's just extremely powerful. Lux support, I actually forgot to tell you guys about mid lane Lux. Mid lane Lux is very powerful. If you're able to land her roots well, reliably, Ooh, she is disgustingly strong. Same story goes for support, and I would say she's even stronger in the support role, because in the support role, it's just easier because you're against two enemies in lane. It's a lot easier to hit, hit your first ability when there's two enemies compared to when there's one that is only focusing on dodging your root. When there's two enemies, they have to dodge whatever your ADC is throwing at them, and it's two enemies, right? It's just a lot easier. She doesn't need that many items to be useful either, so that's why I would mostly recommend her in the support role. Also, her second ability, Great Shield, it's like a nice extra thing. Talking about shielding, we have Seraphine. Seraphine, one of the most underrated supports in the game. Her ultimate is great, her lane bullying is great, but the main thing for me is that stupid second ability which shields your whole team, and the more people are around you, the bigger the healing is afterwards. And that's what truly makes her powerful. She's like Sona, but in a different way. She has like an instant big ass shield and healing, and Sona is like more reliable healing and shielding. But of course, Seraphine's ultimate is where it's really at. Massive ultimate. Talking about massive ultimates, we have Nami as well, who has a similar ultimate, but of course a bit slower. But Nami also has great CC. Nami is more oppressive in lane. She has so much damage with her second ability, third ability combination, and then if you do catch an enemy with that bubble, whew, it's game over. Soraka has fallen off a bit. Soraka used to be like all the way on top of my S+ tier list, but but now she's a little bit on the bottom. Still S+ tier, don't get me wrong, but she just doesn't feel that strong anymore. People finally have come to the realization you can just build anti-heal against her, and everyone just needs to build anti-heal. I know it's like a big investment, you need to spend a lot of gold on it, but you've pretty much deactivated Soraka when everyone has anti-heal. Senna support is great. Braum is nice. Pyke is great if you need to carry. Alistar, you know where Alistar was? Alistar used to be here. Went all the way to the S tier. Alistar is actually strong right now. Nothing broken, nothing crazy, but strong. Thresh is okay. Morgana support is really good as well. You have to be able to land your first ability. I actually coached a person last week, was it, on Morgana support. And funnily enough, no, I played, so basically we had a session and then I showed him how to play it. I went into a game and I absolutely dominated the game. The only thing is just you have to be able to land your root. That is really the main thing. You have to be able to land your first ability. If you are a good Lux support, you're going to be able to pull off Morgana as well. Rakan support is nice. Swain support is okay. And then everything else here is just meh. It's fine. Nothing too special. So yeah, I kept it at 30 minutes. That's great. Again, reminder, Player First Fitness program. If you want to make a transformation like all these people and hundreds of other people, fill in the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye-bye.